Hey everyone, good day. Today I wanted to talk to you all about property management and how it can benefit you, not only as an owner, if you're looking to investigate us as an agency to see the opportunities there, and also just kind of an overview of exactly how we handle the property management part of our company. We actually have been expanding greatly in the property management aspect of it. We have three top property managers in our office. We all collectively manage, I would say, about 150 units here in Dutchess County, between mainly Beacon, Wappingers, Fishkill, Hyde Park, in those specific areas. And what that does is it actually creates a lot of income opportunity for our team members within our group, because we have a lot of rentals that come through our office, mainly because of the properties that we manage and the properties that I would say, sub-manage. And the reason I say that is because we have a lot of owners, or at least I do, that come and seek our services for re-renting their own units because they self-manage and they use our services to procure tenants. So we will do all of the screening. We will do the leases. We will do the background checks. We'll do the credit checks, criminal checks. We handle all the background, and we will supply the owners with the tenant so they can make a decision on approving the prospective tenant, and getting that going. So, like I said, I mean, there's different options in the property management field when you're working with us. What I tend to do, and we all kind of operate, I'd say slightly different, but not so much in the progressive of how the program works. But in a sense, we can customize the plan of property management to your liking. For example, I have owners that I manage property for that own their own business and they don't want to be bothered whatsoever. So what they've done is I've been able to earn their trust, and they basically told me, Chris, here's the property, here's all the information, everything that goes along with it. I don't want anything to do with it. You handle it, and I take care of everything. I don't need to contact them unless there's something that's an urgent matter or a hefty maintenance call. But in essence, I do what I do. I operate, and they get a statement every month, and it operates like clockwork. I have other owners that are a little bit more hands-on, excuse me, and they want to know when there's a maintenance call, if it's not an emergency, and I will communicate that with them. So if there's usually the main maintenance challenges we have or we see are leaks under the sink, leaks with the toilet, running water with the toilet. Let's see, the biggest challenges that we've faced are no heat calls, where there's no hot water, but potentially could be a hot water heater, roof leaks, and things of that sort. So with those type of situations, if it's not an emergency, then we will communicate that obviously with the owner and say, what recourse would you like to know? Just want to give you a heads up. This is what we're dealing with. Granted, we usually have the solution ready to go, and we'll take care of it. But it's good that the owners know on their next statement they're getting a few $100 charge as opposed to their normal income, so they can prepare for that financially. So, with that being said, I mean, yes, we have a lot of different avenues that we can touch on as far as customizations go for your property and how it's managed. Now, from an income perspective, as a salesperson or as an agent within our firm, because we manage so many, because we have so many, I would say, hands in the fire on a lot of what we do with sales, renovations, the property management, of course, and new construction, and the busyness of the day to day. A lot of times our rentals will come in, or turnover will come in as far as tenants wanting to leave, and we will have our staff or our team members help us fill those vacancies. And like I said, at any given time, we have a tremendous amount. A lot of them, tend to not even go public because we have a waiting list, or we have people that fill out our forms that want to take occupancy at a certain time of the year. And as they come available, we're able to move them straight in. And that's obviously the goal, is you want very little vacancy for your unit as an owner. If we're looking at this, you want immediate occupancy so that you maximize your potential. And here's a few things what I'm gonna sell. On using a property manager. One, definitely being that you can leave your emotions aside, because as a property owner, I want you to think about this in terms of you're owning your own property, and a tenant comes to you with a family issue that has delinquent rent, and you decide that you're just going to sit and be okay with a delay in rent, with a, I'll pay you next month, or a challenge that comes up with the tenant because you feel empathy for them. And I don't get me wrong, I'm very empathetic for people. I do feel for them. But when it comes to the business part of things, this is business. So you have to make a business decision. It can't be based on emotion. So as a property manager, we're operating from a business standpoint. We're doing what's best for the owner, because who do we work for? We work for the owner. So we have to stay within the confines of the law, absolutely. But when it comes down to things where we feel or there's a trigger for a struggle, what I want to do is, I'm not here to push people out and to put people on the street or to evict them or to do any of that. I've limited that tremendously throughout my career. I can count on one hand on how many evictions that we've actually had to do. That being said, is because I'm very good at communicating. We're very good at communicating with people, building a relationship, working things out early. And that's what you want to do, is you want to nip it quickly, because if there's a financial shift in somebody's career, if something happened to the spouse, or they're going through a divorce, or there's a fight and then a boyfriend girlfriend split up and then we're losing an income, what they need to do is they need to better their life situation. Let's think of this as a whole. So they need to get into a better situation now before it gets worse. And how do we do that? We were able to move them to a different location very quickly and not agree to payment terms, delayed rent, because that's just delaying the inevitable. That's putting a Band-Aid on a big wound, and you don't want to do that. So that would be something that I would highly advise, if you've ever felt this way as an owner or as a landlord, and you've kind of been very lackadaisical about collecting rent or delayed payments. You want to have something in place that's very structured and that's operated by a business. And I think it's extremely reasonable to work with a property manager, like us, to help serve you in that matter. Not only that, but staying on top of your current rents, because what I found was a lot of the properties that I have owners come back to me to help fill their rentals, they are severely undermarketed. Severe, and what I mean by that is that they're undervalued for what they should be getting out of the rent, because they tell me that they're really good tenants. I haven't upped their rent in several years, and what it does. Here's what I'm going to say to that, is that if you stay on top of it every single year and just raise it, what the town or the city minimums are, if there are minimums, or even just $50 a month, or I'm sorry, $50 a year. So at the end of the lease term, you're gradually just increasing, because guess what? Normally your taxes are going up, maintenance typically goes up. There's expenses that are going to rise on your end as an owner. So you have to try to keep up with, the expenses. So one, you can make money. And two, that you're not going to suffer a loss or get into a situation where, you're very below, market rates. And then you try to want to sell the property or, raise the rent, and you're so far behind where now it's like, okay, we got to get rid of this tenant. And it's not really their fault. It's yours, because we didn't increase the rent over time to keep up with the market. And that's something that we stay on as a group. We like to do month to month, leases, because it's very easy on the tenant, it's very easy on us. But every year, what we'll do is we'll increase it by the percentage amount, or by $50 or so. And normally 9 times out of 10, tenants are like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Sometimes they'll move on to something bigger and better because they're in a better place of their life. I can't tell you how many tenants we have that are temporary, renters, because they're looking to purchase locally. And that's another thing that contributes to a lot of our success here as agents, is think of this, is you're working with a group here, that does a lot of property management, that does a ton of rentals, that stays in contact with a lot of these tenants who are eventually going to purchase. And guess what? If I have a team member come to me with a tenant that they're placing, and that customer is looking to purchase the property, guess who that goes to? That goes to the agent that placed them, because it's their person, it's their client, it's their customer that's looking to do that. So that's something that you can look forward to as, however you want to look at it, owner, agency, or even tenant, because we will definitely serve them in its entirety. So, wrapping this up, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just kind of want to give you a broad overview of exactly what we do at Sam's and with our property management division, because we take pride in that, and it keeps us very busy. You'll hear me say that I'm entertained day by day, because you never know what's going to pop up. One of the biggest things that we do at Sam's that I constantly say this, I think I say on every one of my videos, is that number one, we communicate. We are very fast. We are very quick at responding to emergencies and getting answers to your questions. So that's our number one priority. Number two is we do exposure. I love exposing the properties. We use a lot of MLS systems. We have a lot of groups that we have. We have a lot of renters that are seeking. So we have a lot of product portfolios that we have ready and able to go at any given time for vacancies as they come up. And number three, you're going to get our entire team. You get our entire team to work on your properties, whether it's a listing, in this case, property management, rentals, where we have an entire team that is going to be working on your behalf to fill that vacancy and get you on board and back into the rental income as fast as possible, as well as not only the resources that we have within. My brother's a contractor. We're connected to a lot of the vendors and other contractors that are out there, so we can get things resolved very quickly. And that all kind of wraps around into everything that we do: sales, rentals, property management, construction. I mean, just think of it. We want to be used as a resource for all of your real estate needs. And I've actually seen a lot of these advertisements on, whether it's on TV or in the mostly on the radio, really, where they're talking about, whether you're listing or buying your home for all of your real estate needs. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, that's not all your real estate needs, because there's a lot more to real estate under a roof than just buying and selling. Whereas we truly have all solutions for all of your real estate needs. So I'm going to wrap this up right here. That's basically our basic overview of property management. If you're interested in, one, joining the team, or two, looking at us for potential property management as an owner, I'll include our website down below. You can inquire through a general inquiry, and we'll have one of our top property managers reach out to you. We look forward to serving you, and definitely give us a look so that we can help you in the future. Take care. We'll see you out there.